Cultural practices are not superior, just different. Understanding eating habits around the world. As someone who has traveled to various parts of the world, I've noticed a concerning pattern among my countrymen in India: a tendency to judge, criticize, and even feel arrogant about our own customs while dismissing the practices of others, whether it's about eating with hands, using forks and knives, or even washroom habits. We seem to carry an unnecessary pride. I've dined with friends from Europe, Australia, and other parts of the world, and not once have I experienced them looking down on my way of eating. In fact, they've been incredibly polite. When my European friends visited me in India, they even tried eating with their hands. Though it was a struggle for them, it was a gesture of respect and openness. And yet, in contrast, many Indians feel the need to criticize others' use of utensils or practices without realizing that these habits are born out of geography and necessity. In freezing climates, for example, where food is often served on heated plates and water freezes at negative temperatures, eating with hands just isn't practical. The use of cutlery isn't a sign of lack of connection with food. As some might argue, it's simply an adaptation to the environment. Why should we be so proud of eating with our hands when it's simply what's convenient for us in a warm climate where water and fresh produce are readily available? It's time we stop judging others through the lens of our own limited experiences. Every culture has evolved its own ways of living, eating, and interacting with the world, and none of it is inherently superior. Just as our customs are shaped by what's convenient and available to us, so are theirs. The diversity of practices around the world should be celebrated, not ridiculed. Let's be mindful, respectful, and open to learning from others instead of imposing our ways of living on them. After all, what works for one culture might not work for another, and that's perfectly okay.